Hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Glad you guys are joining me. It's a news day. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled content with gameplay and all that good stuff tomorrow. But today we've got Battle Pass, the 8th season of 2025. That's crazy. I feel like almost 2026, guys. That's crazy. I'm pushing 30. Here we go. Main rewards of the season is, of course, the Kretz P13. I think this must be British, right? Because it's the P13. So yeah, 276 infield. Developed in Britain during the 1910s by a Hungarian designer. Wow, look at this multinational weapon we've got going on. Very cool. So, slow fire rate, small 5-round fixed magazine, but it packs a punch with high damage, which is pretty nice when you're talking about BR2. As you can see, it's in BR2. That's kind of one of the problems that I see a lot with semi-auto rifles at low BRs is they typically have low magazine capacity, they're slow firing, and then they also just don't have high damage. Like, you have stuff like the Armaguera, where it's just like, well, this thing doesn't really hit that hard, and it also doesn't really, like, fire that quickly, so why would I use this over a bolt action? But if this thing actually does hit pretty hard and can go through stuff like Vitality and down people a lot more effectively and get the kills, then it could be a pretty solid pickup. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, BR2 USA, you've got some heavy competition with the Lee infield, so we'll see how that goes. We've also got the LA7 Red 14 plane here. LA7's not a particularly good plane, but it's nice to see that. A Ho-Ni is getting a nice little skin there and some various soldiers and things like that for the Battle Pass. So once this Battle Pass comes out here in, I believe, 2 or 3 days, we'll get a video out on the Kretz so you guys can check it out and see if it's worth grinding up through that Battle Pass. Oh yeah, starts on the 15th, so just a couple days from now. Now, on to normal enlisted stuff here. The other thing is we have a UK versus Italy event going on. So you can see here, this is an event. It's going on for just 10 days, of which you can miss 2 of those days, and you need to grind 9,000 total battle points to get through the event. These are all the things in it. I believe this is a skin for the early Italian tank. Now, a lot of people complained about this tank, and they don't like using this tank. I'll tell you guys, I used this tank for a video recently. I think this tank is absolutely cracked at BR1. I used this thing, guys, and I was like, holy hell, this thing is good. All right, that is a really strong tank, and I like the skin a lot. I think the skin looks pretty cool with the additional track armor. I think it's just cosmetic. I don't think it's actually like additional armor, although that would be pretty cool if that was the case. But this is one of the cooler looking skins in the game, I think, at least. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Some various, silver player portraits and stuff. I kind of like this player portrait. That guy looks cool. This guy looks pretty cool as well. Player nickname decorator. Oh, it's worth mentioning before we get to the guns and stuff, is you can buy like a little booster pack, so you get 30% more event points. So that would bring this down to effectively only needing 6,000 points per day, which is still a lot. We'll talk about my thoughts on the event here in a second after we look at the weapons. The 2 weapons that you unlock are the Lewis 303, so it's a Lewis gun. Go check this out, actually. We can try this out in game. I didn't realize we had the little option to do that. Is this thing any good? Looks like the standard Lewis gun model that's already in the game. Yeah, it's a pretty solid gun. It's a Lewis gun. Not a lot to say. I think I have a video using the Soviet Lewis gun squad somewhere out there if you guys want to see. That feels just like that gun does. It's a solid gun. It's nothing to particularly write home about, but it's a nice gun. It's solid, such is life. The other weapon is the Cei Rigotti, or Cei Rigotti. I'm not really sure exactly how to pronounce that. I could have sworn this gun is already in the game. Is this in the game already, guys? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this gun is already in the game. Let's see. Is this... Oh, yeah. Woo! Oh, that's a gun. Oh, my God. It's stripper clip fed. Ooh, that is something. Oh, man. Okay. Well, this is a neat gun. Man, this thing better have some crazy stats. Can we see the stats? Can we see the stats here? Yeah, okay. So, only 13.6 hit power. Ooh. 990 rate of fire. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. This damage needs to be way higher to justify that reload time. Oof. That's a big oofers. I'm glad it's BR4. I thought it was BR5. BR4, it's probably fine. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that one, guys. That's a rough. I like the gun conceptually. I think that's a really cool idea for the gun. I like that it's full auto. Maybe it shouldn't start full auto, and maybe you can make it become full auto, and that would be a lot more interesting. Because I think semi-auto would probably be a pretty solid gun. Maybe kick the recoil up. I don't know. That's a little rough. There's a lot of things that they could do to this gun to make it a lot more balanced. I'm not really feeling this too much. I mean, that rate of fire combined with the clip fed, that is not great, let me tell you. Okay. Regardless, though, let's talk about the event. So, number one with the event, guys, 9,000, in my opinion, is way too much for one day. I think it should be 5,000 across a day, especially for just pretty lackluster rewards. They really should, in my opinion, have brought this down. Wasn't the last event 5,000, right? Why was this one 9,000, but the last one was 5,000? I don't feel like there's like a substantial difference. And the last one had a squad in it too, so why is this one... Am I wrong about that? Wasn't it 5,000? I don't know. Anyway, the rewards as well are pretty lackluster. I think it's pretty crazy we only get one of these guns. Like, why do we only get one of each of these? Why would they not just give us like 4 or something, right? Like, I don't see why we only got one. That feels really lame to me. I don't see, especially for 9,000 battle points. I mean, that's a lot of grinding. You know what I mean? Like, 8 days of 9,000. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. The other thing to remember, and I don't know if the devs care about this or not, but like, Battlefield 6 just came out. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's a lot of overlap between Enlisted players and Battlefield 6 players. So I can't really imagine there's not going to be a pretty substantial hit to the player base in the coming weeks and stuff as people play Battlefield. So I find it strange that they would have gone with more grinding as opposed to less. But I don't know. I suppose that's just like an ongoing problem with Enlisted, as it has always been. So I wish this would have been lower grinding for the same rewards, or more rewards for this grind, or preferably both. Lower grind for more rewards. But I don't know. Whatever. The other thing that bugs me about this that I'm going to rant a little bit for a moment here, guys, is I'm kind of getting tired of these events that are adding these weapons to the game that should be in the tech tree. Is that just me? Like you guys get what I'm saying? Like, why are they doing this? Why can we not have a tech tree UK or a tech tree Italy? You know, like, I just don't see why that's the case. Like, it wouldn't split the player base. That's always something that people talk about. You don't have to do that. You could just do what War Thunder does and allow people... You do more than War Thunder, but you basically do it to where, like, if I queue as the Allies, right, it's like, you know, Tunisia is Allies map. So I could have 8 UK players and 2 US players. Or I could have 5 and 5, or 10 and 0, or 2 and 8, right? Just have it to where it's like they have a tag... You know, in the code, they have a tag that says Allies. So if you're on the Allies team, you can have any of these factions that have the Allies tag, right? And you do the same thing for the Axis, right? You do the same thing for Germany and Italy. Because as far as I'm aware, there's nowhere that's in the game right now, at least, that the UK fought that the United States didn't, right? There's nowhere. Correct me if I'm wrong there, guys. There could be some weird stuff with like Guadalcanal or something like that. But at the end of the day, you can also have UK soldiers already with your US squad, so I don't really care about that. I think it's fine. So I don't know. I find it crazy that they keep doing these events. Like, just add these to the tech tree, man. There's so many older battle pass guns that could be added instead of this stuff that would be more interesting and would be cooler, and you could save these to actually add to the tech tree. That would be so much more interesting. Like, I think this gun in the tech tree with some changes to it would be such an interesting weapon, and yet we get one of them. You know? Add it to the tech tree, man. Add stuff to the tech tree. That's what people want. That was the biggest complaint that people had about the last patch, is that there was just so little content actually added to the tech tree itself. And we have just all these events adding these one-off weapons, right? There's so much content being added to the game that is FOMO. You know what I mean? I don't know. I won't keep ranting about it. I've ranted. That's my 2-minute allocated time for ranting about this kind of stuff. So I'll stop. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this event and the Battle Pass weapon down in the comments below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another gameplay video. And make sure you join Discord, all that good stuff. Without anything else, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.